Michelle from the Scattered Scrapper. Welcome to my channel. Today is day 15 of the best of 30 days of sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, and today's sketch is by Laura Rumble, and it's a rainbow type sketch. You can do a rainbow or other kind of repeating shape if you'd like. This one has 3 pictures in it, but I have one picture that I'm going to do of my daughter at the birthday party that I scrapbooked a few days ago. And since it has all these colorful balloons and the rainbow colors, I figured, let's do a rainbow. We'll just continue on with that theme. So I'm using the same collection that I used before, The Picnic in the Park by Amy Tangerine. So let's get started. To do this layout, I'm going to be using some of my scraps from this collection and also some of the 6x8 paper pad papers. Now I have this rainbow paper as my background, and I think the colors are just perfect for this picture of my daughter with these tie-dye balloons. And so I've got this scrap here and these 2 6x8 papers. And I'm trying to decide which color I want to map my photo with first. So I decide on this green because I think it kind of helps the photos stand out. I tried it with the yellow and I tried it with the pink, and they just kind of seem to blend in a little too much. But the green I think really looked nice. And I thought about using this paper here with the sunglasses on it because it kind of goes with the other layout that I did, and it has the sunglasses on it. But I decided against it because the sunglasses are a little too big and you really wouldn't see the sunglasses. And if I cut it in such a way that you could see the sunglasses, I just felt it would make my whole paper stack too big for this particular layout. So I forego that paper with the sunglasses on it, and I'm doing a little bit of a wonky paper stack for my photo mat here. Oh, look how pretty that is. And I want to use both sides of this paper, so I'm trying to figure out exactly the best way for me to cut it so that I can use this pink side here with the arrows on it and the other side with the really pretty flowers. So I'm going to get that on here and trim it down. And I have the green paper that's right underneath my photo is straight. The yellow paper is a little off. The pink paper with the arrows is a little off. And then this one with the flowers on it is straight. And when I go and put my picture down onto my background paper, it's just slightly off. Even though I put this on straight, all of the different little angles to me, it gives the photo a little bit more movement because the rainbow in the background isn't perfect. It's got some, almost like someone just took a paintbrush and just swooshed some paint. So the edges aren't nice and crisp and even, and nothing is perfectly aligned, and I wanted my picture to also not be perfectly aligned. And now I've got all my little goodies out that I'm going through, and I'm looking at my sketch. And underneath the picture in the group of photos in the sketch is where all the journaling goes. So I decided to use this little piece right here, and I'm looking to see how big it is because I want to cut it in half. And I want to cut it in such a way that I can line up the little grid that's on it. But of course I am measuring challenged, so it's slightly off, but that's not going to bother me. I don't care. And I'm going to go through my flowers here that I've got cut out from one of the pieces of paper from this collection. These flowers are so pretty. And my first thought was I was going to have flowers go all the way around the picture, but I quickly realized that I didn't like that idea. So instead of doing that, I'm going to scale it down. I'm going to find other places to put some of these flowers and some more that can just kind of tuck in and be like a little cluster. And it is going to go, no, I was thinking that the right hand side was a little higher, but it's not really. They end up being about the same height. And if you look in the sketch, there are some, I think it's supposed to be sequins that are kind of scattered throughout the rainbow stripes. But instead of that, I'm going to use these little bitty cutout flowers. So I'm still going through my die cuts to see what I want to use, if anything. And I have a little flower on the left-hand side that I'm thinking about using, but I'm not going to use that flower. I did try that Celebrate down there for like a title, but I didn't like it. I found this little ice cream cone, and I'd used ice cream cones in the other layout. And now these two layouts aren't side by side. They're actually back to back. So it's not like a double page spread. But since they're of the same event, I was thinking, they can coordinate a little bit. So I decided that I've kind of got pretty much everything how I want it. So now I really need to start gluing these things down. And I used my little square or T-ruler there to make sure that my picture or the photo mat is straight. My picture is not. It's a little crooked. And I'm going to go ahead and start gluing down my flowers. And I really think these little ones are so cute. They just really add just a little touch all around the page. And I'm going to go ahead and lift this one up on some foam. So I go ahead and put foam all over it, but I don't make you watch that. And then I set that down, and I haven't stuck it down quite just yet because I'm not exactly sure how I want it. And I already see that I have put this particular little flower grouping down too low. Because when I put my flowers that are up on the foam over top, they kind of disappeared. You couldn't really see them. So I want to make sure you can see those. And I go ahead and get that back down. And while I am thinking of other things, probably, and trying to decide what I want to do somewhere else, I go ahead and start gluing some more of these down. Or maybe, no, that's not what it was. I was like, oh, I'm pretty much done on the right hand side, so let me go ahead and glue that one down. And then I'll keep going around my photo. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these down. And here I'm trying to match that grid, and I think I do an okay job. It's well enough. And then I'm going to start building this little cluster over here. So I get those down, and then I tuck these down underneath and a little bit over my photo mat there. And I'm going to go ahead and put my ice cream cone up on some little foam rectangles here. And then when I get it down, I'm going to notice that there's a gap on the bottom. And I don't like that because the ice cream cone kind of covers up the leaves that was there in the back. So I need to fill that in. So I get one more little flower piece right here. And I think that's great. It looks really cute. And I still haven't decided. Actually, I don't know why I didn't go ahead and put down the ice cream cone and the other floral spray. I don't know. It's just, I saved it for last. No real big reason why. I think maybe it was I was thinking if there was going to be anything else underneath them, I didn't want to glue them down just yet. But I have decided nothing is going to go underneath them. So I'm going to go ahead and stick them down. And then there's a gazillion of those, so I don't make you watch me take off the backings of all those little foam square pieces. So now I've got everything down, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, what do I want to do? So here I'm going to use the little puffy stickers, and I put this one that says Celebrate at the top. And now I'm looking to see, do I want to bring in the sunglasses? Because there's several little sunglasses on the puffy sticker sheet. And for some reason, I'm just stuck on these sunglasses. I used sunglasses in the other layout, and I want to use them here. No sunglasses make it onto this layout, which is just fine. But I do put on 2 little puffy ice cream cones and just kind of tuck them there with the big ice cream cone and into my little floral spray there. And I'm looking around, and I'm looking through the die cuts again to see if there's anything else that I want to use. Maybe I want to put something where the journaling goes. So I try this love, which would be cute, but I didn't like it there. And I'm looking back at the puffy stickers and thinking, am I going to sprinkle them throughout the page? But I decide against that. And I get to where I have to put things away. I have to get stuff out of my way so that I can think some more. And then I'm like, you know what? This needs a border. That rainbow feels like it is just floating away. So I need to find something to border and rein in my rainbow. So here I'm going through the 12 by 12 paper pad. And I'm trying a bunch of different colors and patterns. And I even tried to see if I would prefer white, but I don't really want white. I like this turquoise okay. So I'm thinking maybe that's going to be it. But I keep looking a little bit more. And I come across this blue. Oh, this is probably my favorite paper in this whole collection. The blue in this Picnic in the Park collection is gorgeous. And I hesitated about using this because it's so pretty. I really don't want to use this whole thing for a background. So what I end up doing after I trim off about 1/4 inch on all 4 sides of my layout, I gut this paper because I just cannot hide that gorgeous blue behind that rainbow paper. So I go 1 inch in, and I go all the way around and gut my paper. And now I have got to figure out how to put my layout on it straight. So my first thought is I'm going to just put some of my ATG tape down the left-hand side and just set it down. And that works out great. I can still move it around if I need to. I can get it kind of situated. And then I have a problem with my ATG gun. My glue, it's ATG glue. It's from Scotch. It's sticking to the tape instead of to the paper. Is anyone else having problems with that? Because that was really irritating. I had to clean all that up and even clean it out from my ATG gun so that I could get it going again. And so that's why I've kind of slowed way down, because I want to make sure that tape is sticking to the paper and not the backing of the tape roll. That was very aggravating. But we finally get it back together again, and I get it down, and oh, look, that is gorgeous. I love it so much. And then I finally decide to do something about that gap up at the top. And I'm going to put that down. And now I feel like, oh, that looks better. And then I have these little, well, they're not little, they're actually quite large, very glittery, big enamel dot things. They are so pretty. Their color just is so vibrant in person. The video doesn't really show them quite as well as they are in person, but they go with this collection so well. I think I got them on sale at Hobby Lobby. They were on clearance, I think, maybe. Something, I don't know. But they are really beautiful. But they're big. I do wish that they came in different sizes. And then I decided I didn't like where that was. So I was going to take it off, but it was ripping the paper underneath. So I'm like, nope, can't move that one. So it has to stay. So I'm going to move that one on the right-hand side. And it did come up So I switch out the color because I didn't want two pinks kind of in the same spot or the same level. So I traded that one out for like a turquoise, and then I put this other one here, and I tucked that purple one up underneath, and now I'm putting in my journaling, and it just says the tie-dye balloons were a perfect decoration for the party and made for some really fun pictures. I do have a spelling error that I gotta correct. I spelled dye incorrectly. So I gotta fix it, but that's okay. You'll see it here in just a second. It's the wrong kind of dye. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please check out the links down below for everyone else who's joining in on the 30 Days of Sketches, and I'll see you next time. Bye!